gone like full Karen.
Well, isn't it largely too with do you think it has anything to do with how ABC settled with Trump for that one lawsuit?
No, they have an acquisition coming up. So yeah, Trump has leverage on them.
So
I don't remember what the ABC acquisition is. Look, what's up, Admir?
no, I think the lawsuit.
What's up, y'all?
So, oh, and Amanda, also Amanda, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
That was so formal.
Yeah.
Good
Hello.
evening. Very formal. Okay, they're buying TI Fluid Systems. Is that the same thing? No, that's got to be a different thing. Oh yeah, what the fuck is TI Fluid Systems?
I don't know. It sounds like something that requires like.
This might be ABC Technologies. Okay, I don't think that's the same company. Never mind. Okay, I think that's a tech company. I think. Yeah, it's yeah, we're on Wednesday nights now. Storm Rider. Admir, why so low energy tonight?
Who, me? No, I was just waiting for you to kind of like, you know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Listen, I'm ready to go. I'm about to walk into this restaurant and they're gonna hate me because it's a buffet. So you know what I mean? It just
What did
they're
you
gonna
do?
hate me.
What'd you do to piss off everybody last night? I saw so many comments like, I don't know if you've seen what Admir's up to. What'd you do last night?
Oh, is this what Jen is and everybody's talking about? Okay, so let me be perfectly clear, right? Loud and clear. I've said this 100 times. When you have a person, regardless of their views, and they get unalived and you wish that upon them and you talk shit about their family and all that, that is wrong in itself. That is just morally wrong. Whether you disagree with Charlie, whether you thought he was racist, whether you thought he was whatever it is, that is fucked up. That is fucked up in itself.
Yeah, do you
And
think
I keep saying that. I think it's fucked up when people say, yeah, and I think it's fucked up when people say, his wife deserved it, or his children are going to be raised without a father, that, and all that. That is wrong. That is fucked up no matter what side you are on. Doesn't matter what side you're on.
So you were yelling at somebody? Is that what people were telling me about? Were you screaming at somebody?
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. I was in Don's live. I was going off on. Oh, yeah.
Psycho.
Dude, I was going off on Mr. Ken and all of them. You know what I mean? It just.
I don't know what you mean.
Wrong is a wrong.
Whatever you did.
I mean, wrong is a wrong.
Whatever you did, you shook some bushes last night.
Well, no, it's listen. The problem is that when you voice your opinion, and if it doesn't align with the ideology of yours, immediately it's shook. Immediately you are wrong. You are the enemy.
Yeah, when did we become upset? Oh, sorry. Did you say something, Amanda?
No, I said, or it's because he just changed it up a lot.
What do you mean?
Just that's not what he was saying previous, and then now he's saying that, so that takes people by surprise as well.
I think there's some HVAC PTSD going on. If we're honest.
Gotcha.
So is that what that is?
I think it is.
Is that what it is?
The thing that I can't figure out is I get it. Like people are upset about Charlie Kirk, but there's so many people in this country in the last year, like prominent people too, who have lost their lives, and we forgot about it 30 minutes later. And there were horrible things said about all of those people. Like the collective adopted victimhood of the performative right, which apparently is like 40% of the party, is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. It is baffling to me that this many days later, we're still arguing about who said more mean things. These are like, on these lives, these are adults. We're arguing about who said the meanest thing. Like if somebody says something awful, you can just move on. I don't know why we have to react to this shit for a week. I'm already tired of talking about this, and now it's like it's got real world consequences for people. They're calling like a congressional hearing now, and they're calling in Twitch to talk about like radicalization. This has gotten so far out of control, and because of Charlie Kirk, we're gonna have a whole fucking war over Charlie Kirk. It's crazy to me.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you, and I keep telling, I go into Dom's live and some of these fucking MAGA's lives, and I say, when the hell did MAGA become so soft? Why are you so now soft about what people say? But nobody was talking about when even when I was on that side, we were making fun of George Floyd.
Dude, way worse. Way worse.
You know what I mean? But nobody wants to talk about that. So if we're going to have this conversation, let's have it consistently. Let's be consistent about it.
But every time I mention George Floyd in a live, the YouTube chat is just filled with atrocious, racist things. And that's okay because that's free speech. But God forbid you say something mean about Charlie Kirk. It's the end of the world. I get it. I understand that it's personal for people. And I understand people have an opinion. But good Lord, our whole country fighting over whether or not somebody said something that was too mean. That's crazy.
Listen, I didn't care about Charlie Wednesday. I didn't give a shit about him on Thursday, and I'm not giving a shit about him today. What I think, how it went down, yes, we can all agree the gruesomeness of it, it was awful. But Charlie had no impact on me. If he had an impact on you, that's a you problem. But don't come to me and talk to me about how you feel about it and how you're soft about it when somebody says, hey, I didn't like his ideology. He was spreading hate. He was this and all that. Don't do that. So don't come to me with your little issues and your little self-esteem problems because you can't grasp the issues that are at hand. Nobody wants to talk about what happened to two young men down in Mississippi. Yeah. Nobody wants to talk about the same thing that happened on that same day in Colorado. Nobody was talking about that. So how's Charlie's life more important than everybody else's? Now, listen, let me be perfectly clear. It's a human life was lost. It's horrible. Children are going to grow up. His wife, it is horrific, to be perfectly clear.
Hold on, you're giving me a little whiplash right now, Admir. I thought you were saying that people having an issue, people who are having an issue that you thought that wasn't cool, but now I'm confused. You literally just gave me whiplash.
Okay. So what I am saying, okay, I'll short it up, is that I didn't give a shit about Charlie before and I didn't give a shit about now. Because the inconsistency on both sides is getting to the point where you can't really have a conversation with people because they're all up in their fifis, especially the right side currently, as of today. They're all in their fifis.
Amanda, did you check to see if who was Anthony was opposition? I saw you message him.
I have asked 5 times and he has not responded. All he says is let me in.
Okay.
Let me in.
What about Girl Dad 2025?
Girl Dad, yeah, you can let Girl Dad up actually.
Okay, great. I'll do that.
Well, Anthony,
I've asked multiple times.
Yeah, Anthony, you have to respond to people when they ask you a question. So whatever. Bye.
Sorry, Anthony. All right, Admir, it's floor is yours.
Thank you. Girl Dad, are you here?
What's up?
Well, welcome in. Got a question for you. Who did you vote for?
Trump.
Oh, beautiful. Hey, listen, this is very simple, man. Anything that you want to talk about, anything that's on your mind, just be respectful, no over talking. And yeah, you guys go ahead and do your thing. Me and Amanda will go on mute. And just so you understand, one of you guys gets out of pocket, that's where me and Amanda come in. But other than that,
me and Jay know each other.
Fucking
well,
text.
then this should be easy.
No, we're not going to talk about Nick Fuentes. We're not doing Nick Fuentes.
Hey, I didn't bring him up. You did.
I was just making sure that's not what we're going to bring up.
But yeah, I mean, I just saw the news about Jimmy Kimmel getting canceled. I really don't give a shit. Like, I'm fine with it.
Do you think they're soft for doing this? Do you think it's weird that like the Free Speech Party went on an all-out campaign against Jimmy Kimmel to try and get him canceled?
Oh, dude, it's Disney. I mean, look how look what they do, like with movies and stuff. They're doing what sells.
Wait,
Obviously,
hold on. I'm asking about what the Republicans did.
What do you mean?
They went on an all-out war to try and get him canceled.
Oh, it's not just him. They're doing that to everyone. There's a list. This is called Charlie Kirk Information Foundation. Yeah. And there's like a list of like 800. I don't know how many people, but yeah, I'm fine with it.
You're fine
you know why?
Because,
I'm gonna explain why.
Sure.
Because when Luigi Mangione, you guys, I mean, not just the left, but both sides, they made this guy out to be like a freaking hero for shooting some CEO in the back of the head, and
who did?
Yeah.
Who?
Everyone. A lot of people did. Mostly.
Give me an example of somebody prominent that did that.
Like, you mean TikTok people or?
No, just somebody prominent. The only one I
can
think.
Remind you to use like TikTok friendly language too.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, okay, sorry about that.
The only one I can think of is Bill Burr.
I don't know of any. Yeah, Bill Barr maybe.
Bill
Burr. But I mean, come on, dude. You know, a lot of people were celebrating that kid. All these girls were having like fan clubs and shit. They were making this kid out to be like a sex fucking symbol and the hero.
So that means that the right gets to act soft. And like you had elected members of Congress calling for the firing of Jimmy Kimmel today.
Because it's inciting more. More of this is to come. More people are going to be assassinated like this. They need to do something to stop it.
What did he do that was wrong? What was wrong with the clip?
No, I didn't see the clip. I'm talking about just people getting canceled and fired for celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk.
Would you be surprised?
And I have to say, I find it very disgusting that you compare George Floyd to Charlie Kirk. Last time I checked, did Charlie Kirk hold a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach? Was he a crack dealer?
Wait, hold on. They were talking about the reaction to George Floyd and the reaction. Are you saying that it's okay if you think somebody's a bad guy, then it's okay to react that way?
Well, if it's proven that you held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach, I think that's perfectly okay.
You got to stop using those terms, bud. It's TikTok. You got to say dumb shit. Wait, we didn't know that at the time, though. We didn't know that until a long time later. So what about the initial reaction to it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't celebrate it, and I think it's wrong to celebrate that too. I'm not saying
should everybody who celebrated it be thrown in jail?
No, but people aren't being thrown in jail. People aren't. Why are you going to one extreme? Yeah, maybe they should lose their jobs. Yeah.
Well, Trump is saying that now this is going to be hate speech and that they're actually going to target people.
No, they walked that back. They got a lot of backlash.
Pam Bondi walked it back. Trump didn't. Trump told a reporter right to his face, "Maybe I'll come after you."
Yeah, well, you have to understand. I'm not on the MAGA train anymore. You know that.
I know,
I'm not okay with everything.
Yeah, but you can't come up here. You can't come up here at a time when the left or the right is on an all-out cancel parade and try and shift the conversation to George Floyd, and then when we bring it back today, you're like, "Oh, you have to understand, I'm not on the right." Well, then what are you doing?
No, I'm still on the right. I'm on the far right.
Yeah, you're not on the Trump train. But that's what we're talking about right now. Elected members of Congress pressured ABC to fire Jimmy Kimmel. Have you ever seen that happen before?
No, to be honest, I didn't know that's what happened. I just know he got canceled, and I just thought it was because they were getting reviews and said probably. I'm sure they wouldn't do it if they were going to lose. Tell me what happened, because I don't know.
Well, have you heard, let me first play the clip to you, and you tell me what's wrong with this clip. You'll be able to hear the audio. You can't see it. But tell me what's wrong.
Well, keep this in mind. I'm biased because I don't like the guy.
I understand. Just tell me what's wrong with the clip.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish. We hit some
part of that do you think was cancelable?
None. I'll be honest, none. I didn't know that was the clip. I just, like I said, I don't like the guy. I don't think. I mean, I said the same thing to you. I thought it was kind of fucked up how Trump reacted to it, and he was talking about the construction. So I don't think that was canceled. I don't think that per se. But I just don't like the guy. So I'm fine with that.
They actually are saying that he needed to be fired for lying. What was the lie in that?
Who's they though? Who's they?
Literally the FCC. But I can go back to Twitter. If I type in Jimmy Kimmel and I just go to top. Let me get names.
Because from my understanding, what I saw is that he said that it was someone that was in MAGA. That was the lie, I guess. But it didn't sound like I didn't. No, I missed that part.
What he said is they spent the entire weekend desperately trying to prove that this guy was anything but one of them.
Right, but you guys did the same exact thing. So
yeah, but they're accusing him of lying. That's not a lie. You and I have been DMing about this. You know that there's been everybody has been trying to put this kid somewhere. And that's all he said, is he said that they wanted to talk about anything or put him anywhere but with them.
Right, and I'm going to be honest. I don't think what he said was that bad. I don't think it was bad at all. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't like the guy, so I'm fine with good things not happening to him.
Fair enough. I think that's fair. But it's the executive branch through the FCC. They're the ones that pressured them.
But don't you think this is almost like a little bit of getting a taste of your own medicine? I mean, plenty of people on the right have been canceled in the past for way less.
At the direction of the president?
Our DMs.
Okay. At the direction of the president?
Well, I haven't seen that Trump asked for him to be. Where you keep saying that, but where is it saying that Trump specifically called for Disney to fire Jimmy Kimmel?
Well, who runs the FCC?
I don't know.
It's the executive branch, right? I think it's Carr. I think it's Carr.
Okay, and did he say that Trump called me up and asked for me to fire Jimmy Kimmel?
Carr. No, but what's the reasoning here? If it wasn't there's no cause here.
Yeah, well, Disney can do whatever the hell they want.
I know, but Disney is saying that they were contacted by the FCC.
That part I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the Trump administration,
maybe it's not Trump. Put out a statement? Where's the statement?
I think they sent them a letter. Let me see.
Because that kind of happened pretty quick for them to send them a letter saying we want you fired.
Somebody said Carr said it. FCC chair said on a podcast, Disney can take action on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead.
So it's just a threat. I mean, that's something they could do regardless of what he said.
You think the federal government should be threatening a broadcast like ABC to remove? They didn't do it. Hold on, just let me finish the sentence. You think that it would be okay for the administration to pressure a private business for a joke, not a lie, and say that if you don't do this, and by the way, there is some they can take away their licenses. There is leverage here. And to say you got to get rid of this person because he one, lied, but two, even if he did lie, he can do that. He's a fucking comedian. Comedy is mostly lies.
Yeah. Well, I am under the impression that they just got rid of them because they knew it was not going to be good for ratings. I mean, same thing that's happening. Didn't Stephen Colbert get fired too? A lot of people that are Trump haters, that doesn't sell on TV. That does not sell anymore. All these news networks that just constantly bash Trump all the time, people don't tune into that anymore. No one wants to hear it.
Yeah, but that's fine. But then they would go down with ratings. Kimmel is the highest rated show on ABC, I believe, and what's his face was the highest rated show on CBS.
Colbert was when they fired him.
He was their highest. Yeah, he was rated number one. He was expensive.
Well, I would have to see those statistics because from what I understand, that they were not doing that great, all across the board.
They weren't making money. He was very expensive. He was successful, but he was expensive. So they said he was too expensive.
Yeah. So companies have their bottom line, and like I said, I don't think that's good for business to have.
Right, but that's not why they fired him. Right? They obviously fired him so they could get the CBS merger to go through. Trump openly said that.
I mean. Yeah, I guess elections have consequences, you know.
Yeah, for fascists. Only if you elect. Yeah, and I think you'll tell the people, he's a fascist, right?
I mean, according to you, yeah.
Don't be shy now. We've had this
I'm
conversation.
owning it now. I'm fine.
Be honest. Trump's a fascist, right?
No, I don't think Trump's fascist enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he is a fascist.
No, I don't. Maybe
not quite getting there all the way.
Israeli fascist, maybe.
There's the Fuentes stuff.
I thought we weren't talking about him.
Yeah, well, you know what you just did. All right, brother. Well, it's good talking to you.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
All right, man. See you. All right.
We're gonna reset some boxes really fast. So.
Oh yeah, he's full blown. He doesn't. In the conversations we've had, he doesn't think Trump's far right enough for him, but admitting that he's a fascist, so that's fun.
Admir, request.
I think you're using the words friend maybe loosely. I don't know. It's hard to get people on the alt-right to be honest with you. Tex is honest with me. He tells me it gives me a viewpoint into that life. So,
Amanda, don't you want to be above Admir?
Whatever you guys want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a groiper.
Yeah, I'll
Thanks
drop.
a lot. Appreciate that, Jen.
Well, I meant we were looking for an order. All right. All right.
Yeah, bitch, and I'm superior. All right.
Damn.
Do you want to change the layout, Jay?
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. I mean, I don't need to be up here very often, but
well, nobody has their camera on, so it looks weird if you make it all empty boxes and then one face.
well, I guess you're not all to the far right right now, so I guess it's all right. So what we have right now is we do have, if there's someone if we have opposition and requests, we do have a galaxy to drop. So only if there's opposition and requests, and Amanda will put that little galaxy in the background. So there's that. Like the stream, let's get up to like 20, let's get to 30K likes and 50 shares.
Jesus.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I'm just reading comments. Jesus Christ. Get it together, folks. You guys got to get it together.
Oh. You know, thirsty hoes in the comments?
Jesus.
All right, Spartacus. Go ahead.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Hello. How you guys been?
Good. Everything good on your end?
Yeah. Well, I'm here in. There's a storm rolling in, but other than that, it's all gravy, man.
Wait, where are you here? Are you home?
Yeah, I'm at home in Colorado.
Yeah, I know. Where the hell is the storm? The skies are blue.
Just south of the Springs.
Oh yeah, you're in Bud, Egypt down there. Well, enough chit chat, man. You know how this works. I don't think I need to introduce you and all of that. You know how this works. So whatever you guys want to talk about, kick it off.
Well, I understand you have a prompt that says what happened to free speech, and free speech has been like chiseled away for decades now. But currently, right now, what's happening is you have the whole Charlie Kirk thing, right? And Charlie Kirk even said himself, censorship is worse than chaos. But then you have the side that's like followed him for so long.
Wait,
They want.
Sorry, are you
Charlie Kirk?
Are you like a Trump voter?
Yes.
You are? Okay, I was just making sure.
I didn't vote for Trump. I was RFK. I voted for RFK, bro.
I was just making sure.
Oh.
Okay. Keep going. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. It's just the fact that you have Charlie Kirk said himself, censorship is worse than chaos. He was always out there talking to people. So why would you like try to pass some kind of legislation in our government right now and put his name on it, where they can put anything they want in there to censor anyone? It's the same thing like after 9/11. This is like, yeah, and we had one person that passed away, and we had, thousands of people that passed away. But it's a situation where the American people are being persuaded right now. So you don't put this guy's name on some kind of act where, like, you call it the Patriot Act. See, I'm going back to the Patriot Act, RTP. That was the last thing we talked about. But like, censorship.
I think I get what
and
you're
our First
saying.
Amendment rights.
That they're going
Yeah,
after. Yeah. I think I get what you're saying. That they're doing this in the name of Charlie Kirk. I agree. I guess my question is, why is it so hard for Americans? There's this all-out war right now on, like, you can't say fascist. Like, how else are we supposed to describe what's happening right now?
Well, the quote unquote war has been going on for decades, man. It's just that you have.
Did you hear my question?
Different. Say it again for me.
How are we supposed to describe this any other way than fascism?
Well, fascism would silence voices, right?
No.
So a fascist wouldn't silence the voices of the dissent?
A fascist,
Are you sure?
A fascist can silence the voices, but not everybody who silences voices is fascist. However,
Well, then what are they?
However,
I don't want them to control my life. That's for sure.
yeah, I think we have like this problem in America where we don't know what any words mean. We use a lot of words politically, and we don't seem to know what they mean. Fascism's a real thing. It unites around a single character. It's ultra nationalist. It generally involves some sort of religious component. Yes, they suppress. They threaten to they demonize a group of people. They scapegoat a group of people. They go after their, and this is crazy, like, because Trump got charged, and everybody's like, the Republicans, they went after the Republicans. They went after Trump. But, like, the Trump administration is going after Democrats, like a lot of Democrats. They're threatening to jail people right now. I don't see how this is really any different than what every fascist has ever done.
So you really think like whoever the president of the United States is at this point in time is in full control? Or do you think there's other powers that be that might control that?
He might
so
be.
Are we just going after
he could be influenced, like, by Israel, for example. He's certainly influenced by a lot of the like the UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Russia. There's influence, but like he's in control because that's how our Constitution works. He still has the final say.
Right. Okay. I don't know where to go after that on this conversation on this, but I mean, you threw out the whole fascist thing, and once you said that, I was kind of like, I froze, because I don't really think like we're dealing with fascism right now. Like, I think we're dealing with something bigger than that.
You don't know
and
what
we've been
fascism is,
trying
though.
to.
How can you say that? How can you say that it's not?
I do know.
fascism?
You just explained it.
Okay. So.
But I think it's not just one single person. I don't think it's Donald Trump. I think there's something else. Both sides have some kind of puppeteers, and we have the puppet that we all have our gaze on, right?
Yeah.
Trump is just the one on that side.
No, because
I don't want to talk about fascism right now.
That's what we're talking about.
I just don't want to talk about fascism.
Well, then you may have to go then. Yeah. Then you might need to go
Well,
somewhere
no,
else.
I want to talk about your free speech. Free speech is what I want to talk about.
We are
man.
talking about free speech.
Okay, well, Trump's only going to be here until what? What year does he got to get out of office? He's going to be done with.
Who knows?
You really think the American people are going to be like, okay, Donald Trump, stay in office longer.
Yes.
It's A-okay. We're not going to freak out about it.
Yes.
Bullshit, man.
Yes.
Both sides would freak out. Both sides would freak the fuck out, bro.
I don't believe you.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You don't think even the people on the right-hand side that voted for him would be like, hey, wait a second.
No.
They won't have that little light bulb in their head pop off?
No.
Come on now.
Bro, they won't even release
I don't think the American people will allow this.
They won't even release the Epstein files because they're so afraid of him.
Because both sides are in it.
Brother, every Democrat voted to release it.
Yeah, what about administrations before where Democrats were in power? Why didn't they release it?
Hold on. See,
both sides are on it, man.
All right,
get out of here, man. See that you're thinking one side. You're not. Sometimes you got to step back and be unbiased. You got to be unbiased when you look at things going on around.
Right now is you're comparing history, and I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about right now, what's happening right now, and you are just a cowardly fence sitter. It's both sides. It's both sides. I don't fucking care. Both sides.
It is both sides, dude.
Are bad. But
see,
guess what?
See that anger is tearing apart. Unity is not cool. You can tell me to shut up all you want, dude. Come on now.
I haven't interrupted you. I've let you ramble incoherently. Just let me get a fucking sentence out. This is why you had to leave last time.
I'm sorry, bro.
Thank you.
I apologize.
Never in the history of our country has an administration tried to violently overthrow the government? Trump did that. True or false?
Are you sure about that?
100%.
What happened when all these veterans went to our Capitol and they sat there and the president had to pull the military in there?
Why are you asking me a question right now? Answer my question and then ask a question.
Yes, it's happened before.
Okay, what administration?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
You want tit for tat, dude. It's not cool.
You just said
why can't you just step back? Why can't you just step back? Yes, it's happened before.
Back, but I need an example.
Okay, you want to focus on one specific thing. You're doing tit for tat.
You said everybody else has done it. I'm asking for an example.
Okay, why should I trust you? You made the claim, so just give me the proof. You show me, you tell me that it hasn't happened before. I have read history before.
Okay,
I know what happened in the past, man. Like, we're doing tit for tat.
Tell me the story.
Okay, when all the veterans went to Washington, D.C., and the president sent in the military to move them out, and it was all about pay. From what war? Fill me in, because you know this, you know history. Fill me in. But I'm saying this, okay? You're doing tit for tat. It has happened before.
No, you have it reversed. You're saying
it has happened before.
No, they've never taken over the Capitol.
Hey, hold on a second, Jay. People are saying they can't hear you, Jay.
What do you mean they can't hear me? My mic's not working, or it's just low?
That's your low.
You're just not yelling.
Oh, let me do this.
I'm sorry. I got a storm rolling in, and it's thundering and stuff. I just want to make sure you guys hear me. I apologize. I didn't hear you.
Not you. No, not you. We're talking about Jay.
All right, I just need that example of the time that somebody, an administration, tried to overthrow the government to stay in power.
Okay, so when the veterans came in, they were not getting paid for the services that they did. And do you not think that it was okay to do that?
I need an example of a time an administration tried to overthrow the government.
Out in the open or up in front?
Out in the open, stormed the Capitol, broke through windows and doors and beat up police officers.
We still don't even know who did all that bullshit, right?
Yeah, we do. We had thousands of trials, and people went to jail, and they got out because Donald Trump pardoned them.
Are you on mute?
Me?
No, sorry, it was me. They're asking me if I was mute. They wanted to say something to me. Apologies. But no, when it comes to J6, we don't know everything, man.
Okay,
like, do
we know of another time when somebody stormed the Capitol?
Dude, what about the Weather Underground, bro? They boomed the Capitol. Get the fuck out of here.
Do you know another time an administration tried to overthrow the government? Talking to you is like talking to a random word generator. Have you had, just engage, man. You're so afraid to be wrong right now that you won't engage in this conversation.
Dude, there's in the past where situations where that White House was burnt down.
Engage.
But you can't even talk about the Weather Underground that boomed the Capitol.
Engage. The question I asked.
Who was in charge of them? It could have been the administration that was current. But right now we have so much information thrown at us. Right now we can sit there and have a discernment.
So you don't trust all these court cases? All these court cases were wrong? The thousands of court cases?
Dude, the judicial branch can be corrupted just like the executive branch.
So they were all corrupt? All of these convictions were corrupt.
Over the course of time, over our course of 250 years, yes.
Over the course of the last
corruption.
Brother, give me a break. We're talking about.
It's just one part right now, bro.
Dude, listen, I don't want to talk to you anymore if you will not stay on subject. Okay? Do you understand me? Stay the fuck on subject. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm tracking.
Okay, they stormed the Capitol January 6th, 2021, right? Whoever they are. Then we had a bunch of court cases, right?
Yeah, after that, of course.
And each person was convicted individually, right?
Yeah, by a judge that was appointed by whoever.
And everybody that showed up there that day said they did it for Donald Trump, right?
You don't know all of their point of views of why they're there.
Every guilty plea required that.
It could have been the fact that...
Yes, for Donald Trump.
All right. They all had the same course of action.
No, they were there for Donald Trump. Whether they felt, all of them thought the election was stolen, which wasn't true. But again, can you just show me another time that this happened?
So, okay, the Weather Underground boom the Capitol. Okay,
brother, is the Weather Underground the administration? Is the Weather Underground an
we
administration?
don't know that.
The question
RTP?
I'm asking you is about administrations.
I'm saying we don't know the administration of the Weather Underground when they boom the Capitol, but yet we had Clinton.
We got a galaxy drop.
All right, good. Jesus.
Dolly sent a galaxy drop.
What he's talking about is, by the way, wasn't that in Michigan? What did they do? It looks like we know who they were. They were Marxists. All right.
Hey, Pops.
What's going on?
Jay, are we just gonna dismiss the noise that you and I both flinched?
Yeah, bro. Somebody pulled up another tab in the middle of that conversation. Another tab came up.
Pops, what's going on, man?
Same shit, different day.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Can you hear me? I see my connection's not the greatest. Can you hear me?
I hear you good.
Now I can.
I hear you all right.
All right. All right. So, what happened to free speech? The Democrat Party happened to free speech. Cancel culture over free speech has been under attack for longer than this current administration. Since Trump's first term, people have been canceled for speech because Democrats aggressively go at them.
Who?
And the Republicans
who got canceled
have always cowered. They've always cowered.
Wait,
okay,
who got canceled?
I can't remember her name. She's in one of them. Oh hell, it's in a movie. They canceled her, got her fired, and now she went and made a movie with Ben Shapiro.
Gina Carano?
She was in one of them. What?
Talking about Gina Carano?
Gina Carano.
She wasn't
They
canceled.
got her canceled. You know, there's numerous people that have been canceled.
What
yeah,
did
she got canceled.
What did she say?
They
got
her fired
canceled?
from her job because of her political views.
What did she say? Let me see. I can't remember what she said.
She was fired from her job because she made political statements supporting Trump or right-leaning statements, and she was fired.
Okay.
They wouldn't put her in any movies, said she wasn't welcome, and she had to go work and made a movie with Ben Shapiro.
Okay.
You know, cancel culture has been around longer than the last
So why are you guys
2
doing
weeks.
it? So why are you doing it?
So isn't payback a bitch?
No,
you know,
I'm asking you. Is that what you're
saying? You
saying?
poke a bear enough times, he's going to turn around and bite you.
Is that what you're saying? This is all.
You poke a bear enough times, he's going to turn around and bite you.
That's what I'm asking you. Is that what you're saying? That you guys are doing this out of spite because Gina Carano got canceled?
No, maybe they just had enough.
Who?
And,
Who's they?
And now
Who's
somebody that is in the public eye, somebody that's in the public eye, known around the world, was unalived at a free speech thing. Okay, and so
why would we
I'm not
cancel
saying
Jimmy
Charlie Kirk was right or wrong, but he.
So why are we canceling speech? I don't
No,
get
go
it.
ahead.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why you guys are canceling speech right now.
So just because Jimmy Kimmel got fired from where he works, he's no longer allowed to speak?
Well,
he's no longer allowed because how many people from the mainstream media?
Wait, Pops, hold
let
on.
me finish.
Let me just
how many people from the mainstream media went to the internet and started their own podcast?
Pops, you just mentioned Gina Carano, who also didn't lose her right to speak. So you've got to, if you're saying Gina Carano and I'm saying Jimmy Kimmel, there's no difference there, Pops. The only difference between the two is that Gina Carano.
Okay, but
hold on.
I'm not the one complaining about it. You are.
Gina Carano was canceled because society deemed that they didn't like her. It looks like ABC fired Jimmy Kimmel because they were pressured by the administration.
Oh, society deemed they didn't like her over what?
Well,
her speech.
Like it wasn't the Biden administration that canceled her.
For who? Disney. She made movies for Disney.
Okay, but did you hear what I'm
Right?
saying is like this is the administration doing it. Freedom of speech is the freedom, like it's the freedom for the government not to censor your speech. Like you and I, we have freedom of speech. We can say whatever we want, but there's consequences. But the actual freedom of speech is freedom from the government censoring your speech. So when you talk about Gina Carano, when we talk about Laura Loomer or Donald Trump or whoever got canceled, they were canceled not by the government. There is no protection there. Like Jimmy Kimmel doesn't have the protection of freedom of speech.
Oh.
He works for ABC. They can fire him whenever the fuck they want. But you are supposed to have freedom of speech from the government. And this is the only time I can think of that the government is forcing the hand, and they're openly saying, we are going to now call hate speech a crime. That's never happened before. This is new.
Hey, Amanda. Amanda.
There's
Hey,
been a
I need you
galaxy
to
drop
drop
for
him.
Pops. Are you ready,
Yes.
Jay? Or are you still need to finish your sentence? I was letting Jay finish.
No, give Pops a chance to respond. And
Oh,
then,
did they
and then
drop
go.
it?
Yeah, but go ahead and
Did they
respond.
drop a galaxy? I gotta go or what?
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead and
respond,
respond, Pops.
Oh.
I didn't have it up. They sent it earlier than what was supposed to be sent.
Oh. That's fine. That's the rule. Kick me. I don't care.
Go ahead and respond. You're good.
Oh, so I'm calling a spade a spade. And the reason, I think the big reason that the administration is encouraging for the get rid of these people that are speaking out against whatever or saying bad crap about Charlie Kirk or Trump is because the companies that canceled or got rid of Gina Carano are left-leaning, and they're going to get rid of anybody without the politicians happen to say anything anyway. They're on their side on the left anyway. You look at all the social media or mainstream media, Disney, all that, they contribute immense to the left. They vote immense to the left. So if somebody speaks out and something towards the right, they're automatically going to have to. So how about we even the playing field a little bit and say, look, if you're gonna just do this, then bullshit. You're gonna do it here too.
Hey, all right, Pops, thanks for coming.
And I'll take my galaxy drop.
All right, take a
Thanks
lap.
for letting me.
See, but it is
All right.
it is wild that people
Oh,
don't
fuck.
see the difference between like the government censoring your speech and a company censoring your speech. This is why we'll never recognize fascism. This is literally like this is what the First Amendment is.
We're trying to do for the, unless Amanda's got the galaxy in the background, we're not going to do them unless Amanda has it in the background, because we want to make sure there's opposition and requests, and also we don't want to necessarily just kick any, like, we want to give them a little bit of time to have a conversation before. So going forward, we want to make sure that if it's not up in the background, it doesn't apply at the time. So, and then everyone's gonna love our next guest. So.
There's two. Which one do I go?
The one that's been waiting is only fair.
All righty. Oh, man. Jen told me to do it.
I'm just being fair.
Before I get the freaking hate in the chat.
I'm being fair. As much as people don't like it, I'm being fair.
Can I put the background already up?
Gotta give them their 5 minutes.
Damn it. All right.
What's up, buddy?
Not much. You know I'm good for a galaxy. Thanks, Jen. Appreciate it.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Well, I don't need to introduce you, so just kick it off.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want me to play it or not, but I do have the statements from the FCC secretary if you want me to play.
I think I read it. You can, or I can play it on my computer. Let's see. FCC. It was from he was on a podcast.
Yeah, he was on the Benny Show.
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
Okay.
By Jimmy Kimmel. It appears to be some of the sickest conduct possible. As you've indicated, there are avenues here for the FCC, so there are some ways in which I need to be a little bit careful, because we could be called ultimately to be a judge on some of these claims that come up. But I don't think this is an isolated incident. When you go back to Representative Swalwell, and he had a tweet out last week where he was saying that, emphasizing that Charlie Kirk's killer was a straight white male from a Republican family that voted for Donald Trump. In some quarters, there's a very concerted effort to try to lie to the American people about the nature, as you indicated, of one of the most significant, newsworthy public interest acts that we've seen in a long time. And what appears to be an action by Jimmy Kimmel to play into that narrative that this was somehow a MAGA or Republican motivated person. If that's what happened here with his conduct, that is really, really sick. And I've been very clear from the moment that I have become chairman of the FCC. I want to reinvigorate the public interest. And what people don't understand is that the broadcasters, and you've gotten this right, are entirely different than people that use other forms of communication. They have a license granted by us at the FCC, and that comes with it an obligation to operate in the public interest. And we can get into some ways that we've been trying to reinvigorate the public interest and some changes that we've seen.
Can you pause that?
When we see stuff like this.
Yeah.
Why do they have an obligation to act in the public interest? Says who?
I believe it has to do with the bylaws of the FCC
What
giving them
bylaws?
the license.
No, I don't think the bylaws in the FCC say that you have to act in the public interest.
Mhm. Well, the problem is that early on, after the incident, there was speculation. Speculation is one thing, but we have facts that confirm that that's just not true.
What's not
it's
true?
coming.
What's the lie?
This is not from a Trump supporter.
How do you know that?
This is not from, because we have information, Jay. That's the difference.
What's the information? Let's talk about the evidence. By the way, I don't think he's a Trump supporter. I also just don't think he's on the left.
Well, we have information in reference to his communications on Discord, right?
And what do those communications tell us?
That he was not a fan of Charlie Kirk, and that we
Okay.
have.
Are there
family
people?
of-
Are there people on the right and the left that don't like Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, but we have.
Are there people on the right and the left that call Charlie Kirk a fascist?
No, hold on a minute.
Wait, no. We have to go through this one by no, because we have to go.
Ask me a question, and
I
I'm
understand.
answering it.
No, we're
Jay.
gonna go through it one by one. I promise I'm gonna let you talk. I'm not gonna monologue.
All right, cool deal.
Okay. But we have people on the we agree that people on the right and the left both don't like Charlie Kirk and have called him a fascist, right?
Charlie Kirk a fascist?
Yeah. Or
I don't
MAGA,
know
or
that.
called MAGA fascist.
Yes.
Okay, and Charlie Kirk literally throws out MAGA hats. Would it be safe to say that, like, saying MAGA is fascist and Charlie Kirk gets paid by MAGA? Charlie Kirk was a paid propagandist for MAGA, like literally, not in a way that people use it as like a slur. Like that's what he was. He got paid by the administration to do to like register voters and speak the MAGA message. He was literally a paid propagandist.
Well, I would view him as a person that had a place in the church, and he was conservative, and his fellowship, Jay.
I know, but like as far as his role was politically, and we're talking about this shooter here, by saying by saying I don't like Charlie Kirk, one, that doesn't put you on the right or the left. But also there's a third option of apolitical. I don't know a single person who knows who Charlie Kirk is that's apolitical that can't stand Charlie Kirk. Nobody likes Charlie Kirk outside of like MAGA. So there's a lot of options. So the evidence of saying like that he didn't like Charlie Kirk, that's not enough for me. I would agree that him not liking Charlie Kirk, if it was with other evidence, then maybe if we could single it out and we could be like, oh, with all this evidence, there's no doubt that this person was on the left. I could probably agree with you. I'm not opposed to saying somebody from the left is the one that assassinated Charlie Kirk. I'm a little surprised that it's not, if we're honest, but I don't think he is.
And so there's the part where I come in with the other evidence, and that would be testimonials given to the FBI from family members that stated that since he has lived with his partner transitioning, that he has been, and these aren't my words, they're theirs, radicalized and political, like they had never seen him before.
But what was there? So when they said, I agree, it's his mom. She said that he had become left. And what were the two examples she gave that put him on the left?
I would say the fact that he was engaged in a relationship with a transitioning man.
Okay, so are we saying that if you're transitioning, or if you are trans, or if you're gay, then you can't be on the right? You just are on the left?
No, because there are some
Okay, so not
people in. That's not an absolute. No, I'm not saying that. But
okay. And the second part is he didn't like Charlie Kirk. So could you be somebody who didn't like Charlie Kirk, who was gay and had a partner that potentially was transitioning? That's never been confirmed. Just so we're clear, that none of that's ever been confirmed. That comes from a testimony, as far as I know, from like a kid that said he claimed they had a lot of doctor's appointments. That's the only thing I've come up with. But so somebody who is gay, has a partner who may or may not be trans, and doesn't like Charlie Kirk. Does that put the person on the left, the right, or apolitical?
I would say if I was a betting man, Jay, and we were in Vegas, I would say left.
I understand you would say left because that's your guess. But does the evidence? But does the evidence line up with that?
Well, it lines up with a person that would be delusional enough to go ahead and do the actions that we now know he did.
Well, what about his friends in Discord that say he was apolitical, that he wasn't really political at all?
I would say that those weren't really people that actually knew him, because people that are apolitical typically don't do these like things, right?
Well, that's because you view being transgender or being gay as a political issue, because you're on the right and you think that people's existence is political. But those people, it's very real to them. It's not political. That's why you have gay people on the right. That's why you have trans people on the right. Right? That's your own belief system. But that doesn't pigeonhole you.
I just kind of err on the side of caution.
So we're canceling people when we err on the side of caution now? So now you're admitting there is no direct evidence that this person's on the right, and now the president of the United States, the vice president of the United States, virtually every member of Congress has come out and definitively said this person is on the left, and because of this, now we're going after the funding mechanisms. They're now calling in the owners of Twitch. They're trying to cancel people all over this country, and they're threatening people on the left all over this country based on a hunch. And this was, by the way, Trump said this before we knew this evidence. Before.
So, Jay, let me ask you an honest question, right?
Sure.
Like we've known each other for a while. We've debated several times. I'm hated. I understand that. We're all hated in some fashions, I suppose. But like, what would it take for you, honestly, to say, you know what, this guy was on the left? What would it take?
That would be, so if I saw any evidence of what and what the left views is like our ideology, any evidence at all, there is nothing about this person that says they're on the left other than their sexuality and they didn't like Charlie Kirk. But I know Republicans who don't like Charlie Kirk. We had on a groiper here. The first guest today was a groiper. He's on the far right. They hated Charlie Kirk. There was a thing called the Groiper War, which was like this harassment campaign against Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro. So I'm going to be honest with you, Hoodie. When it first happened, I was 90% sure this was going to be somebody on the left. Just my own thought process. I didn't vocalize it, but I'll be honest. And then I started seeing stuff come out, and with the memes and the way that he spoke and his age, I thought, you know what, this could be a Groiper. Maybe this is somebody from like the Nick Fuentes crowd. And I went through that, and none of that really stuck all the way either. There were similarities between the Fuentes crowd and some of the things that he was doing. And then there were like glaring spots where I was like, I don't know. And then I thought, how can I put this person on the left? Like the only thing that seems to attach them on the left is the Charlie Kirk thing. But again, other people hate Charlie Kirk. And when I grew up Mormon, I grew up in that community. My parents, if I was gay, my parents would say he turned into a radical liberal. If that's all they knew, if none of my other views changed and I was gay, they would have said I was radicalized. And I looked at that mom's statement, and she says he turned left. He turned pro-gay and trans. Fuck, I keep messing this up. I always forget because she said it in such a weird way. Does anybody remember the word? It's not pro-trans, but there's a different word. Let me look at my tweets because I know I put it up there. Anyway, trans-oriented. Thank you, guys. That's his mom's evidence. In fact, the article from Ken Klippenstein where he got access to the Discord and he was able to read Discord messages. Did you know that in the group chat in Discord messages, they're openly talking about God? They pray for each other. It's mostly like Garfield memes. He's not even like an edgy dude. And his friends that are in that chat, they're like, it's an apolitical chat. Like, we don't do politics. We go out camping. We shoot guns. Like, he just seemed like all of us, but he didn't seem too, like, interested in politics.
Well, I listened to your show the day that it happened. I heard your commentary. I was interested because of your history and your background and the LDS and the area. And I mean, I thought, wow, Jay would have a little bit more insight than I think most would on this subject. So I sat and listened and heard your words. And, I would argue this, Jay, if the argument isn't so much that he was on the left, then why in the media, I've heard it at a lot of different places, that the left is so quick to say that it came from within the house. And
that was wrong too. That was wrong too.
Okay. So I appreciate you admitting that. I really do.
Yeah, I think Jen and I actually had this conversation earlier privately, and I won't say names, but like I watched the coverage those days too. I think that there's a lot of people on the left side of the aisle as content creators who were absolutely convinced that this person was on the right. As soon as there was any link, as soon as there was any amount of evidence that maybe this person was a groyper, there are a lot of people that are like, yep, that's what it is. And I think it's a fear that we all have, that we don't want to look guilty by association. I get that. I think that's natural every single time in this country because of the duopoly. Anytime there's political violence, we line up and try and play sides. But I just want to offer this, like, this is different. This is the first time this has ever happened, where the response to all of this is the federal government legitimately claiming to know the truth and now targeting action at people who don't toe the line. And when you add that to the way that Donald Trump has went after our news organizations for simple things like not calling it the Gulf of Mexico. He sued the Wall Street Journal for refusing to say Gulf of America. I don't get how we can sit around and pretend this is normal and that it's not fascistic. Of course it is. We've got to be honest about it.
Okay, so if we're honest about it then, right, because I want to engage in good faith.
I appreciate
if
that.
we're honest about it, right, then, this idea that the left now wants to say, oh, well, we lost an election because the right is so united with their media and this and that. But when we look at mainstream media like MSNBC, CNN, ABC, right, like legacy media, like it is a message that is a coordinated bias to the left, right? Now,
in spring,
where's the responsibility? Like what you're trying to do, Jay, right? With Jimmy Kimmel, who has a legacy platform that has, corporate backing, companies, advertisers, right? And he's maybe suggesting that, the right's trying so hard to make it look like it didn't come from the house. Like, don't you think that there's some responsibility of caution on his side?
Yeah, yes, I do. I do think that people need to operate with more. Well, there's two things you could do. America could lighten the fuck up. That's one thing we could do, and stop being offended by every fucking little thing. That's one way we could do it. That's obviously not going to happen. So yeah, but that's our responsibility as a citizenry, and that's how Again, this is bizarre because this is the free market party. This is the capitalism party. Let the markets dictate. Keep the government out of it. This is the government choosing right now. The government is picking winners and losers. If Jimmy Kimmel was losing ABC money, they would have fired him already. So what we're seeing is that some people don't like what's on there and they can go someplace else. That's freedom of speech. You're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want. The one time we're talking about freedom of speech is when the government starts censoring the media and starts censoring its citizenry. The First Amendment protects us against from the government and protects media from the government. And they are directly telling our media companies, you have to do what we say or else. I don't think that's ever happened in America. As long as I've been alive, that has never happened.
So the rest of the story is what I really wanted to share to give you the full context. So Nexstar.
Real quick before we move this, and I want you to do Nexstar. I think I know where you're going with that, and I'm good. I think we want to talk about it. Let me ask, what do you think the annual operating budget for the Jimmy Kimmel show was? Because again, you said it's funded by billionaires who want to get a message across. What do you think their annual budget is?
I would say at least $20 million.
It's $100 million.
Yeah.
What was Charlie Kirk's annual budget?
I think it was 1.8.
140 million.
Okay.
So Charlie Kirk was getting more dark money and more PAC money and more billionaire money than Jimmy Kimmel.
All right. So the rest of the story is that an affiliate company named Nexstar owned 10 stations. They sent out a public statement stating that they were not going to run the Jimmy Kimmel show based on his remarks about what had happened with Charlie Kirk. Oh my God. And in the interest of their customers and how it didn't align with what they consider to be the public interest. And what happened with that is that the network saw that a huge demographic that was gone and said, uh-oh, we have a problem, right? And so what the rest of this interview with the FCC secretary is that they aren't going to do anything because a formal complaint needs to be filed. And that is what the secretary of the FCC says in the rest of his interview.
I know, but why is
Jay,
it? Yeah.
Jay, Jen asked if you can check the queue. Is that a valid next person?
It's not popping up. I don't know. I have no idea.
Serial.
Sorry, say what you said again, Hoodie.
So the secretary of the FCC said that the formal process is that they would have to receive a formal complaint, and then they would be able to look into it. But he was sharing his concern about it on this interview on the Benny Show. So, I mean, for you to say that Jimmy Kimmel was canceled because of the FCC, that's not entirely the story. It was an affiliate that said, hey, we're not okay with that. We're going to remove his content. And I think that that's well within their rights to do so.
The affiliate, yes. But we're not going to pretend that they're not putting pressure on the FCC, right? Or that the FCC, is not putting pressure on them.
Well, I'll be honest. I mean, this is the first time I've seen the secretary of the FCC come on a show. So, I mean, that tells you something, right? Mm-hmm. They're trying to get the word out, that they saw it, they're aware of it, they're concerned with it, and that it might not align with their agreement for their license. Yeah.
Would you be, and of course, like, it's just no coincidence that they talk about how they're going to go after the media companies using the FCC in Project 2025, right?
You know what, Jay, to be honest with you, I really haven't read that. I don't know anything about it. I'm just going to be honest.
So one of the things, and you can find this if you go to the Wayback Machine, but even on Agenda 47, not even just Project 2025, on Trump's own website, they talk about 3 specific agencies, the FTC, the FCC, and the FEC, so Trade, Communications, and Elections. And one of the things that it requires is that you put loyalists in place. And those loyalists in place create a voting majority. And something that they've done sneaky through executive order that was also spelled out in Project 2025 is that they have decided that they've basically said that the only way you can investigate the FTC, the FCC, or the FCC is if they allow it.
Right.
Do you think Pam Bondi, let's just say the FCC is overstepping their bounds and they are now trying to force media companies to do what they say. Do you think Pam Bondi would open or perform an investigation into Trump's FCC?
I mean, if it was so blatant that a citizen filed a civil suit in federal court, yeah, because that's exactly what happened on social media.
A citizen can't do a criminal referral.
No, but they can do civil damages claim, and that's exactly what happened in the Biden administration when they were using companies like Facebook to silence free speech. And we had the judiciary branch come in and
wait. Can I get you to answer the question first before you move on?
Uh-huh.
Do you think Pam Bondi would investigate? Let's just say Trump tells her not to. Do you think she would?
I think that if there's some type of criminality there, they would, yeah.
Okay. I disagree with you.
Absolutely.
I disagree strongly. I already know they're already ignoring criminality. They're ignoring every crypto scam in the country right now. They completely dismantled any investigation into crypto scams right now, and all of Trump's friends are running crypto scams. That's criminal.
Yeah, I mean,
that's criminal.
I mean, I think that crypto is something that you can follow like nothing else. So, I mean, there's a trail that is pretty solid. So,
there's not no. Yeah, but if they're just not investigating it. They're saying they're not even taking referrals. One last question. In Project 2025, a lot of people don't realize this. It wasn't a single author. They had different people author like different sections of Project 2025. Who do you know by chance who wrote the section on the FCC?
Like I said, Jay, I'm not like very proficient when it comes to. I know that J.D. Vance wrote a part of 2025.
Would you be surprised to know that it was Brendan Carr?
I don't even know if I know who that is.
That's
Who
the
is that?
that's the guy that you just played on the podcast. That's the director of the FCC.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know his name. But I can I have one more question for you, Jay,
Sure.
and then. Like, at what point in time do we have a conceptual understanding that when the president appoints people, secretaries, to run departments, that's not, like, we don't need to call them loyalists, right? They're appointees serving at the luxury thereof, according to the Article 2 powers. And that's no different than an Obama appointee or any other appointees, because I feel like when you say loyalist, you're doing the job and the appointment a disjustice and making it sound like it's something different, because I don't believe it is.
Well, let me give you an example. So when Joe Biden was in office and the IRS and then the FBI were investigating Hunter Biden, the head of these investigations was Merrick Garland, and Merrick Garland was a political appointee. So Merrick Garland recused himself. Merrick Garland wasn't directing it. He wasn't being briefed on it. He completely recused himself because he was a political appointee. I just watched Kash Patel today say that if he was investigating any of the people on his enemies list, he would not recuse himself. He would refuse to do it. I think what a lot of people, I think that people want to look at like technicalities and they think that our Constitution is ironclad. It's not. It relies on people acting in good faith. It relies on an independent legislature. We do not have that. We have an administration currently who is openly threatening, publicly threatening their own legislature. Find me an example of that ever happening.
Okay, well, that was a good answer. Jay, we disagree on a lot of things, but I do respect when you and I talk.
I appreciate
and
that.
As they say, when the conversation stops, the violence begins. So let's not let that happen. And I bid you a good evening. And Jen, thanks for letting me up.
Hey,
and
I heard you need to go apologize to Felice. Did you apologize to Felice?
No, okay. I said good morning, Felice, and I got kicked and banned. So I don't know.
All right. Well, if that's really what happened, that's probably
all
right.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay, I believe you.
I guess it's wrong to wish somebody a good morning these days.
All right.
Okay.
Take care of
See ya.
yourself. We'll see you.
You too.
All right. Who's next?
Well. Hey, did you hear what Trump did about an hour ago? He designated Antifa as a T group now.
Jesus Christ. That's in Project 2025. They're building a RICO case. Like, they're honestly, Hassan Piker is going to be in about 3 days, within the next few days. Like, Hassan Piker's name is out there. It's already being floated that he is part of a terrorist organization. They're going to label us all on the left as terrorists. And it's the crazy thing about being on the left right now is we are at the will of Republicans in Congress gaining a conscience. And if they don't, then they're just legitimately, they're going to go and they're going to lock up the people on the left. I cannot hear from anybody that this isn't fascism. It just is.
Do you still have anybody in private, Jay?
What's that?
Is there anybody showing in your private?
No, but there's somebody here.
Okay.
Serial's here.
Oh, you're asking,
Serial,
if there's someone else. Yeah, there's somebody named Alfredo in requests also.
Okay. So I guess that's Ty. I said cereal and everybody came at me, so that's Ty.
Well.
That's Ty.
What's up, Ty?
Ty is.
Hello, how's your day going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm honestly like, it's a scary world we live in right now. Because as much as my beliefs have like somewhat changed, like I follow a creator, and from what she said, she emailed her.
Hi, Ty.
Sorry, Ty.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was
Ty,
coming.
one of these times we're gonna talk, Ty. I promise. That was not my doing, but I don't know what to say, man. You made a lot of people mad for a long time. I hope that you're being honest. There's nobody in the box though. It's
You
empty
said
now.
Alfredo.
I know, now it's gone. Alfredo's gone.
It's okay. We rather this. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I don't know who Ty is, so I don't know what the hell you did. I guess it's a good thing.
Fuzzy, get the fuck out of here. Stop jumping in the box.
Oh man.
Let's give him 5 minutes, like we do with other people. Let's be fair.
All right. I think that might have been him jumping in the box right after that.
No, it is Ty. I mean, it's you gotta give him at least 5 minutes. We gotta be fair, and if it's not on the background, then we're not taking it.
I had it on the background.
All right.
Did? Okay, I'm watching closely.
Go
So
ahead. Get to it. You might want to get to it quickly. Whatever.
Okay, so a creator said that they emailed her last job that she worked at because of comments that she made regarding the person that was.
That did not last long.
That was me. I was trying to disconnect myself.
Oh, no.
I was trying to leave.
Sorry, Ty.
That was my bad. I was trying to leave. Ty, I'm sorry. I didn't. I was
It's the
trying to
universe.
leave.
It's not meant to be.
That was me.
Get out of here, Jen. She can't do
Damn.
anything. She can't do anything. Oh shit, she can. She could probably figure it out. God damn it. Ty, you can come back. That one seems like an accident.
Come on, Ty. Third time is a charm.
Jesus Christ. I forgot about this little puzzle piece thing. I don't know why they do that. I've forgotten all about that. All right, there we go, Ty. All right, Ty. Sorry, dude. Go ahead. Sorry, dude.
So before I have to go to work, the one thing that I wanted to say. So people are losing their jobs because of opinions they have, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
And I want to have continue a conversation because I have listened to other people, and I should have done that before. I just was arrogant and thought I knew everything. and I truly didn't.
So where do you think we're at now, Ty?
And where?
I don't know. What do you think about Donald Trump now?
I truly don't believe he is the most intelligent person. I believe there's like kindergartners that have more like intelligence than him. Like it's one of the things that I've like listened to like when we talk about fascism, I truly believe that it has always been here since 1777, since the beginning of our country, because like one of the reasons I truly believe we are not going to have pew pew reform is because of the money that people make from it, and they don't want to lose that money, right?
Yeah, I think there's that, and it's become like it's become almost like a religious belief. I was talking to my brother about this the other day. It's like this knee-jerk reaction to anybody. It's been like, especially for me, like raised conservative, like it's beaten into you, the argument. And even my friends that aren't conservative and like they're just apolitical and they don't even own firearms, when I ask them about that, when I'm like, yeah, we got to do something about like firearms, they all say the same thing. Oh, you'll never get rid of all of them. And I do think that that represents like the duopoly of our thinking too, like that you either have unlimited firearms or none, and that there's like not options in between that there's not things you can do to limit. And yeah.
One of the last things I wanted to say, because I've thought about it more, the people that like, if you are not truly willing to be unalived for your beliefs, if you are not truly willing in the face of a threat to your beliefs, if you're not willing to still have those beliefs, you do not truly believe it. It's performative, and I believe we saw some of that with some people.
See, I hate that. I really hate that a lot. I grew up that way. I grew up that way, and I remember like people
But
say,
I have to go to work.
Go ahead. I'll respond while you're there. I grew up that way, and I remember like people saying I would die before I denounced my faith. I remember like adults saying that at church, and I thought, like now that I'm a parent, I'm like, the fuck? I would lie about anything. I would lie about any belief I have if it meant seeing my daughter one more day. I am not tied to my beliefs, and I am not that tied to my what that person's belief of my integrity is. I will lie all goddamn day to see my daughter again. I'll tell you whatever you want to hear to see my daughter again. I think that's a wild thing that people say, that if you're not willing to die for it, then it can't be a belief.
That's just a weird take.
Yeah. All right. Eon is Eon. Let's see. Eon. I think that's how it is.
I don't know him, and I've been asking in the comment section.
Oh, well.
And he has not responded for like the 10th time, so I don't know.
It's timing out. They might have hopped in and left. There we go. I'd do anything for Klondike. What the fuck? I'm reading this. This is from Trump. I'm pleased. I don't know why he talks like this. He really is an idiot. I'm pleased to inform our many USA patriots. It sounds like a fucking Nigerian prince scam. The way it's like, are you a USA patriot? That I am designated Antifa, a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster, as a major terrorist organization. I will also be strongly recommending that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal standards and practices. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Listen, if you, I get if people don't like Antifa, but they did some vandalism. That's terrorism now in this country. Vandalism is terrorism. It's the same. And they're not even. Yeah, that's the thing. They're not even a group. There's no registration. It's just people that self-identify that way. I see Johan in the request. Johan, if you are MAGA, go ahead and come on up.
I was just reading that, Jay, because Jen sent it to me. That.
Oh boy. You know Johan, right, Admir? Hey, Johan.
Thank you for having me up. Thank you for allowing this discourse, because a lot of Democrats don't allow free speech. So thank you so much for being Democrats that are showing the truth, that are showing what America is. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Johan, I've dealt with you on Amanda's line.
Yep.
So we do a little things a little bit different here,
Who is
right?
this? Yeah, I don't know who
Sure,
you
sure,
are.
sure.
So
Okay, so wonderful.
Johan
So
is
if you
you.
want to have, so if you want to
look at
have
that.
a,
Okay.
okay, listen, bro. Let's just have calm down and let's have this Discord. If you want to have a debate with RTP, pick any topic and you guys can talk about it. Me and Amanda will only come in when one of you guys crashes out, which is most likely going to be you. So if you want to do this, you can have it. I have no problem with it. But the over talking like you did in everywhere else, that's not going to work here tonight, bro.
What's up, Johan? What did you want to say?
Oh, well, thank you, host, for addressing me. I just
Well,
thought I was
Admir's hosting.
host first.
Admir's hosting right
Brave
now.
money.
Yeah, Admir
Brave
hosts.
money. Admir is the secondary host. Okay, got it. Okay.
Hey, listen,
listen.
I got to be honest. You're not coming off very good faith right now. I don't know. You and I have never talked.
No, I
Hold
wanted
on.
to come
Please,
here good
please let
faith,
me.
but I was
Please let me
attacked
finish. Please let me finish.
before I even said anything.
Please let me finish. Well, this is what we do every time somebody comes up. Admir says, "Welcome. Here's the rules." We don't jump in. Admir does this with every single guest. This has nothing to do with you. So I'm cool. I want to have a respectful dialogue. Whatever you want to talk about, let's do it. Let's not overtalk. Let's not run on. But I would love to have. I've never met you, so I'm not judging. I'd love to have a respectful dialogue with you.
Well, I hope this is going to be respectful because Admir has called me very nasty names before.
I don't care. I don't care. You're talking now. We're talking.
I will ignore that whole past issue.
Thank you.
And I'm going to allow this to be a new slate.
Okay.
So yes,
Appreciate that very much. So what's on your mind?
Okay. What happened to free speech? Well, what happened is that Democrats allowed certain people to have free speech and certain people don't get free speech. When you disagree with anything that is
who are those
leftist,
people who got free speech and who didn't get free speech, like specifically?
Someone that disagrees with anything that is far left, not even the middle ground. Anything that is far left does not deserve to speak in America anymore because the far left has demonized anyone that allowed.
Wait, who got? Wait, the question I
Okay,
asked. Yeah, the question I was asking is like, who is canceling the speech of right wingers?
Media. The leftist media.
Who's
the
that?
leftist media has
Who's that?
CNN, MSNBC.
Could you give me an example? Specific example.
Media. A specific
Johan.
example.
Yo.
Okay.
Listen. Listen. I'm asking you for a specific example. This seems like it's a lot of feeling. I want to have a real discussion.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
So on November 19th, Rachel Ray has said, "Oh, Donald Trump is going to take away your rights, and he is the enemy of the state. And guess what? This is about the freedom of America at this point."
So she was right.
Donald Trump.
So she was right.
Trump has never. No, she was not right. Donald Trump has not taken away anyone's freedom. Donald Trump today. I want to finish one sentence. Donald Trump today has literally redirected a lot of money that went to illegals and went back to HBCUs. 500. You can look it up, by the way, right now.
I'm trying to have you're rambling. We got to stay on. We were at Rachel Ray. Now we're on HBCUs. Please, let's talk about Rachel Ray. It sounds to me like Rachel Ray is right because I have Donald Trump here tweeting out that he is labeling people a terrorist organization that he disagrees with.
Oh, so MS-13's not a terrorist organization.
No, Antifa. He's labeling Antifa.
Oh, well, they are.
Okay, what terrorism did they do?
Well, Antifa stole my car in D.C., by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Is that terrorism?
Well, yeah. If it's called
not.
domestic terrorism. I mean,
What?
look at what happened to Charlie Kirk. That's domestic terrorism.
Please.
Wow.
You are extremely difficult to have a conversation with. You won't stay on subject. Every time I ask you something, you give me 3 examples and then move on. I want to talk about these examples. I want to have a human discussion. This isn't a battle of who's right. I want to have a human discussion if we can.
Okay.
Terrorism is very specific, right? Like legally defined, it's specific, right?
Can there be domestic terrorism?
There can, but I just want to make sure that we understand what terrorism is because
I do understand what terrorism is.
No, so I'm gonna read it because I want to make sure that what we have to do
Go ahead and read it.
to decide whether or not excuse me, if we're going to decide whether or not Donald Trump is correct that Antifa is a and we need to look at the definition, and then we need to see if we can agree with Donald Trump. Are they a terrorist organization? So the key elements of the legal definition are unlawful acts. I would say
Wait,
that
where are you reading this from? Where are you reading this from, by the way?
U.S. Code 18 USC 23315.
Yeah, I want a definition from Webster Dictionary. What is terrorism?
Brother, the definition of terrorism legally comes from U.S.
Legally?
Yes, we're talking about legally because Trump is legally designated.
Let me go get my iPad because one thing you're not going to do is read from leftist media and try to trick me.
Brother, I'm on Homeland Security. I'm on FBI.gov.
Well, give me one second.
All right, listen. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You are not